Why are you so vain right here?
I don't really consider myself to be vain.
Have you never been vain?
No.
And how did you avoid vanity?
I think that I always wanted to be invisible when I was younger. I didn't want to be noticed.
But that's vain too.
I cared more about what other people thought about me than I cared about what I thought about myself.
But that's vanity.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No.
The fact that you have this impression of yourself, a low impression, it's the same thing as the woman that has the big impression of herself.
But the
It's all
definition
vain.
of vanity is to be obsessed with and care about your appearance.
But you did. That's why you're trying to hide.
Okay.
That makes sense?
I don't know if I fully understand. I guess.
Because just think about it. Some women and men have an impression that they look good, they all good, so they want the world to see them. Some have an impression that I don't look as good, something wrong with me, and they hide. But they're hiding out of vanity because if you didn't care it either way, it would be no problem.
Okay,
You
that
wouldn't
makes
have a
sense.
reason to hide.
That makes sense.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just,
What made you think of yourself in that way? Why did you see yourself that way?
I think because growing up I was bullied a lot, and so I had this negative opinion of myself.
Yeah.
You know, I was too tall, too skinny, too this, that. You know, people had a lot of opinions about how I looked.
Yeah.
And so I think in my mind, in order to like avoid that, I would just not care. Because then it's like, oh, well, if someone says something about how I look, oh, it doesn't matter to me, I don't care. Maybe it was like a protection thing.
It was.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Are you your thoughts?
No,
How about feelings?
No.
I mean body.
no,
How about experiences?
no.
Did you think you were prior to realizing all this other stuff?
Oh, definitely. I was very much one of those women who's like, well, this is how I feel, and you need to care about how I feel. And, you know, I lived my life on my emotions.
Is your ex vain?
Which one?
That one.
Well, I mean, according to this, you know, whole conversation we've been having, everyone's vain, right?
How about him?
I don't,
Oh,
I wouldn't
you
say
know.
he is now, no. But in the
He's
past,
not vain
sure.
now?
No.
How about before?
I mean, we're all vain.
No, not we all. We're
I don't
talking
know,
about one
Jesse.
person.
Like, I don't know.
Beforehand, was he vain?
I never thought that he was vain.
What did you think? He was just crazy?
Yeah, I am crazy.
What did you think?
I didn't think he was crazy, but I thought that he was energetic and fun to be around, like
So
high
why
vibes.
would he irritate you so much if he was so much fun?
It was myself.
Oh, it was you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would
what
be irritated.
What did you want from him?
I think more than anything, I didn't necessarily want anything from him. I wanted like the idea of having a partner, a boyfriend, a husband, you know, because I want to get married and have children. And so that's what I valued from him more than anything.
Yeah, amazing. So do you think you need pain to wake up?
I've been thinking about this question as we've been sitting here, and
And that's what I want. I want you to start thinking. God said, think on these things, not what you're going to eat, not what you're going to wear, not who your friends are, but on these things, and it'll bring life. It really will.
in my experience, yes, and in everyone that I know in my life that knows the Father, they all went through pain as well to get to that place.
Right.
So I don't know if you need pain to see the light, but I do see that maybe, I don't know, I haven't really like fully thought it out. So it's like you have to see the absence of something to know that like you're missing something.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like for me, I see like my siblings who are still, in the fallen state, and it's like they go through their life, and it's like they constantly are having these issues and challenges that, are painful for them, but they still don't see the light. And so it's like, will they continue to have painful experiences until they finally accept, you know,
Yeah,
God
they will.
is.
When you
who
try
he
to
says
tell
he
them
is.
that, what do they say to you?
I think that, you know, now my sister's more open to it, but my brother, he just doesn't think that God is real.
Right. Okay. Amazing. Why are you so vain?
I would think in the times in the past, and when the devil comes into my mind, even
Speak
to
up
this
on me.
day, it's more or less getting the validation from others. You know, it's sort of finding that you know, being able to stand alone and being comfortable with how, you know, God made you. Certainly, definitely in the past, growing up, it's almost as if like everyone around you is paying attention to their appearance, and so I'm going, well, geez, am I ugly or what's going on? You know, and I want to change my appearance, right? And, you know, all the Instagram likes and everything like that. So
Yeah.
really just for validation.
Yeah. And are you your thoughts?
No, I don't think so.
But before hearing that you were not, because we talked about it so much, did you think you were your thoughts?
Absolutely.
And your body, did you think you were your body?
I'm not really sure what that means.
Are you your body?
I don't think so. And I don't
Aren't you
think so
like
in the
one of
past.
those Bible thumper Christians like?
Maybe a tad bit.
And so,
You know, I'm glad I read it.
right.
You know.
And did they talk about that in the church before? You never heard the preacher say you're not your body? Or you are your body? They never dealt with that?
Not that I can recall in this moment.
Oh, okay. And how about your experiences? Are you your experiences?
Certainly in the past.
Experiences.
Certainly in the past, absolutely. Right. You know, you associate that with like your identity and, you know, what was happened to you as like a kid, and no one tells you to let go of that. And if you're not, I don't know, I feel like you can pick up the Bible and still not get that.
Yeah.
Or you're not your experiences. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
It's amazing that they have these, like the Alcohol Anonymous class or drug meeting thing, they have you say all your experiences by saying, I'm a drug addict, I'm an alcoholic, I'm a this or that. That make you think that you are that, and you're not at all. It has nothing to do with you.
Right. Absolutely.
Isn't that amazing?
Right. I remember when I came across in the New Testament how Saul was murdering Christians, and then God changed his name, and he was just kind of like, all right, you know, now I'm going to go the other way.
Yeah.
And it didn't really slow him down. I mean, he even, I think he voluntarily went to prison.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, wow.
Amazing. Do you take sides?
I could have sworn we talked about this last week.
Were you
and,
here last week?
Yeah.
We talked about it?
Right.
Do you take sides?
I don't even remember what I said last week.
I
frankly.
do.
Oh, man.
I can't wait to hear the lie today.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm playing. I'm just joking.
Right. Am I black or am I white? I don't know. Which side should I pick? Or am I right in the middle?
I know.
I don't recall what I said, but in the moment, I want to say no, that I don't. But I could have swore that I did. I don't know.
But that's not what you said last week.
I don't even remember what I
We're
said
going to
last
hit
week.
playback.
Right.
No, I don't remember what you said at all. I didn't even know you were here last week.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I totally don't remember.
Right. And I'm more trying to remember, not necessarily to regurgitate what I said, but more or less to be, you know, consistent with
So
what I'm
you
saying.
don't take sides?
I don't think so.
At one time you did?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
Right. I'm trying to stay right here. You know.
Okay. One of the worst, you know you're evil when you take sides. You're evil when you take sides. Just think about that. Alexa and I can have a fight. Let's say we're real tight right now. We have a fight. And then Alexa go tell somebody else, Jesse and I had a fight. He didn't like the coffee. I don't like him. And then you take Alexa's side. Oh yeah, girl, he ain't no good. And now you with Alexa, and it didn't happen to you. It was just two people, or even my side. I tell you, Alexa's no good. She made horrible coffee. And I told her to stop, and now she doesn't want to come to church. I don't blame her. She ain't no good. She can't make coffee. Just think about that. You shouldn't be taking sides with anyone. And then if you don't take sides, your family member or somebody try to pressure you into taking sides. Why are you not taking sides? I had a family member do that to me once. So a female family member married her husband, right? And her husband is so nice, everybody love him. The family just love him. And so when I was here, we would be talking a lot about man stuff and how bad women are. And And then the female family member got mad at me, like, why are you taking his side? I'm like, well, isn't he a family member? I'm not taking his side. Anyway, we just have a discussion, but they didn't want me to even agree with him about anything. But I wasn't taking sides, but never ever take sides. And never let anyone pressure you into taking sides. Don't take sides. Because the issue is only between you and that person can still be your friend and the whole world friend if they want to, because the issue was between the two of them, and it had nothing to do with anybody else. Your mama, your daddy, your children. That's why you shouldn't bring children in the middle of parents when they're fighting, because the kids are forced to take a side. And now they're separated from the other parent and they suffer. See how evil wickedness is? Let me take this hand first and then I come to you. Yes. You got to be aware of this. Once you're aware, you would never take sides again. Really, you won't. Okay.
I just had a question about how earlier you were asking the married people, like, what did they want from each other? And aside from, like, having a family and having children, for, like, maybe older people or people that get married and don't have children, what's the point of getting married?
There is no point.
Oh, okay.
If you're not going to have children, there is no reason to get married. They have nothing else to give anyway. You don't want love because you get your love from the Father now. You're not empty, so you don't want love. You know, what's the purpose of getting married? If you're lonely, you need to overcome loneliness, because getting married is not going to solve the problem of loneliness. It's not going to solve it. Isn't that amazing? Nice.
Well, I do know people that are married that don't have children, like older, like they're not going to have children.
Right.
So
They just fight for the rest of their life and then they die.